Open your eyes so you can see.
From creativity on wax, air, YouTube, television screens, movie screens, you are the shit. And don't let nobody tell you that you're not. So please plug yourself and tell everybody how to see your work, any projects coming out. Fearless 2. I mean, what's up?
Oh, well, let me tell you, I did not write the Fearless 2.
Okay.
The Fearless 2, I don't even know if I should even be plugging them like that. But, huh?
Well, first talk about yourself. I'll let you plug you first.
Yeah, well, alright, that's what's up. My name is Yaneira. You can find me most definitely every single day. I am on IG. My name on IG is Yaneira the Queen. I'm gonna spell it out for you real quick. Y-A-N as in Nancy, E-I-R-A, the T-H-E, Queen, Q-U-E-E-N, Yaneira the Queen. I am, you can DM me, you can mention me, you can comment, whatever you want to do. I'm there with it. I'm working on the Legacy of Jet Black screen version. I did, the original one was a short film, but now I'm working on the extended story. So I don't know if it's going to be a 1-hour series or a 2-hour feature with chapters, but definitely check out the Legacy of Jet Black coming out year 2020. I am in current production for that. If you want to be involved with it, just hit me up directly at Yaneira the Queen. I keep an open mind, and also I have new music coming out also in 2020. New music video, just having fun. You know, I gotta keep the music with the movies. They go together. You know.
Yes, they do. Oh, how they watching Jet Black? You can tell me where it's at.
Right now, Jet Black is going to come out first. Right? Listen to this. First, Jet Black is coming out independently, and I plan on showcasing it right in Newark, New Jersey. And then once it comes out, then we'll look at different options. But right now, it'll be independently shown at the movie theater, most likely Newark City Plex, because they showed me so much love in the past.
That's right.
So it'll be out summer of 2020. So.
And I'm gonna be there with the camera, and that's all that matters. Now here we go. Rapid fire questions, which are not yes, no questions. These are the questions that I ask all people who come on Heritage Hip Hop to kind of show not only your intellectual side, but your legacy in the building of who you are as well. So first question. As an artist and as a filmmaker, I'm gonna do this, okay? As an artist, I studied Lauryn Hill to get ready for you. So here's my first question. Who was the most impactful artist in your life that changed your perspective of life? Could be a rapper, singer, anybody, doesn't matter.
Prince.
How did Prince impact your life and change it to groundbreaking for you?
I don't know, he was just always so different. Like, he was unusual, and he made me feel like I could be unusual and a little bit different too.
So that's all, just being an individual.
Yeah, being courageous to be unusual. You know, it's very, let me tell you something, back then it was a very courageous thing to do, to walk around looking the way he did in the hood, you know, so.
You ain't lying. True, white boots, purple pants with the ass
with the
out,
eyeliner and all that.
Eyeliner, nice hair.
With like the hottest chick.
And play ball.
And play ball.
Exactly.
Like all of those things. So yeah, I definitely say Prince.
Okay. As far as music, because I want to just ask you a hip hop question because you rhyme and you sing. Give me 5 albums that dictate your life.
5 albums. All right. Well, classics. Great. Al Green's the album. Al Green's greatest hits. The album together. Because it was songs from different genres that he had, but that whole album, it was definitely one of a big heavy rotation for me as a kid.
Okay.
I love his voice. Maxwell Urban Hang Suite. That was a very definitive point in my life when I was just starting to cut my perm off and all that kind of stuff. So also Erykah Baduism. At that time, it was another shift in just my personal expression, you know. So the whole album, I let it rock. I would say, how many was that?
That's 4.
That's 4?
That's quick.
Album, I would say definitely Let There Be Eve. When she came out with that as a rapper, you know, she was sexy but feminine, but just she had I don't know, she just had this voice about her that it wasn't too raunchy, it wasn't over sexual, but it was tough, you know, and that was just like where I was at that time.
Okay. That's interesting that you say that, because as an artist, your music reflects your inner being. That's why I said 5, because we have different cycles in our lives. As a visual person, though, how do you define the beauty of the black woman?
As a visual person, how do I express it? Her mind.
How do you capture the mind on the canvas, though? Do you do it on the canvas of life? Do you do it on the canvas of stage? Do you do the canvas of music?
I would definitely do it on the canvas of stage.
How?
Like her performance, her delivery. Like, for instance, one of my dreams as a filmmaker is to be able to work with Taraji P. Henson one day.
Let's make it happen. We're gonna send this to her. For real.
Yeah, that's a tough sister, and she's powerful, and she encompasses that strength on any level. You know, whether you want to give her an afro or you want to throw a weave on top of her, it doesn't matter. It's just something about her that just exudes. You know.
So then, being that we are in the renaissance of the female voice, the traditional renaissance we talk about is Harlem.
Yeah.
Zora Neale Hurston, Maya Angelou. We talk about James Baldwin, Langston Hughes. Who was the writer that opened up your mind to show you that not only is your pen as powerful as the sword, but your mind is as decadent as a pure pearl, and it can give beauty and show beauty the same way?
As a writer, I would say Zora Neale Hurston. I was introduced to her work at Morgan, and my English teacher at Morgan, we were reading Their Eyes Were Watching God. And when I saw the way she put the story together, I was like, yeah, I could do this. It was something about the vernacular, the way she had her characters speaking, and the way she laid out the story. I mean, it was genius. Like, if anybody can read that book one day, just to get your mind where it was so pure. And Zora's work did that for me.
I ask you this, going back to music now. There are so many albums and so many people that shine where everybody's making these top something lists. I personally hate them, and I don't want people to make lists. I just ask people about their feelings in music. I want to ask you this though. Who would you pick as, everybody says Tupac, I get it. He's very influential. We talked about artistry with Prince. Who made that rhyme that made you define yourself off the rhyme, though?
Who made me, say it again one more time?
Who made the rhyme to help you define yourself off of that rhyme? Like Tupac said, Marvin Gaye used to sing to me, used to tell me that black was the thing to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it was like Prince influenced you as an artist.
Yeah.
But when you rap, is Prince the person who influenced your rap? Like, who made that style, that part of you come to life?
So many. I would definitely say though, MC Lyte. Like MC Lyte, when I was a kid, it was something about her, just like her audacity, you know, that when I would hear her come on, you know, MC Lyte's on the microphone, all of that, it was just like, you felt that energy, you know, that power. And also too, she was more just the hardcore aggressive side, but then the party side as a female, I remember a lot of that Salt and Pepper stuff. You know, Salt and Pepper was just a bunch of fun girls at that time. They remind me a lot of like what current artists want to sound like, you know, in terms of that club party vibe.
You know what? She just struck a note with me. I get it now. Think about it. City Girls is the new version of Salt and Pepper.
They are. That's what,
Wow.
Even the sound, even the break beats in the music is the same break beats from 1987.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Because I always say the Migos is the reintroduction of Run DMC
Yeah.
in New England because of the cadences. How, you know, Run DMC was, DMC. So Shout out to you, yo. That's what's up.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, that's what inspired me. The party fun side, but also the tough aggressive side, you know.
Hollywood fails at creating the narrative. A young man saw Black Panther and went on live and said, this is how y'all white boys feel? When you see Batman and Spider-Man, this is how you feel? The way I feel looking at this, I'm Black Panther. He got something to see that empowered him. There was a study showing in psychology that says when a young man of color, be it we call so-called black or Latino, whatever, when they see Spider-Man and Batman, Superman, Iron Man, whatever, they see what they wish they could be. While other Caucasian children see who they are. Right? And Hollywood fails at that because now, if you haven't seen, New Jack City is being rebooted. They're making a prequel to Training Day. How about that?
Yeah.
And with that being done, that tells you there's a lack of creativity and storytelling in the genre. As an independent, why is it important for people to look for you instead of looking to the big names to find something creative, new, and refreshing?
This goes back to, I remember I was at the Newark Library and I think the director of like the Harlem Book Fair, at the time I forget his name, but at that time he was the director of the Harlem Book Fair. And he was there and he was basically questioning the people, and I was a part of the audience. White people can write our story too. There's nothing against that. This is what his claim was. And I remember being highly irritated and highly insulted. So I raised my hand. I said, wait a minute, hold up. No one says and no one can write anything. Everyone can write whatever they want. That is a human freedom. But there is a difference when the writer is actually of the culture they're speaking of. Now, as a writer, as an author, every author, no matter what lies they try to put out there, every person who has the ability to pick up a pen and put something down has an agenda. I have a very clear agenda. You see, as a writer, my agenda is to make that which most represents me in this world shine. I want to say that very clearly. So this is the reason why anyone would come pick up or press play or download my content, is because my agenda is to make sure that people who resemble me the most, whatever that may be, but those people be heard in the light. Now, we all know that coming from Hollywood, there is financial gain. That is the whole purpose. It's a business. And just like for me, it is a business as well. But see, at least my business is authenticated. I don't need them to verify me. I am the living, walking jet black. It is me, and it is you, and it is us. It is our culture. I don't have to verify, am I black enough to write a black man story? My father was a black man, blackest man I knew. And that's it. Nature said that. You understand? Nature gave me that. I'm just giving it back.
Funny that you say that, because now in a world where the unnatural is becoming natural, and socialization is not the norm, where people will be in their phones rather than in your face. We used to have issues back in the day when a man would stare at her breasts or her ass instead of looking at her in the face. And now when a man and a woman agree to be together, they'll look at their phones at a table on a date instead of talking to each other. It's amazing, right?
Yeah, I have rules against that.
Well, here's something I want to ask you, because obviously you have elevated because you're a mom. And that's when I feel the God complex or the understanding of God really comes in, because as a parent, you see the world as a protector, not as a purveyor. And I ask you this, how did becoming a mom make you a better artist?
Well, actually, becoming a mom actually destroyed my creativity.
How?
Because for years, after that, all my devotion was them. Literally, 100%. I put all of my creative endeavors to the side for at least I would say 4 to 5 years originally. I just stopped. And then, but that was my frame of mind with motherhood at that time, you know, because that's the propaganda. Mm-hmm. That's what you're told. Mm-hmm. Your life is all about your kids, and you gotta devote for your kids, you gotta do this for your kids. And we see that, especially when children are small, we see that. But I am because my children have grown older now, I don't necessarily agree with that, you see. I don't necessarily agree that you exist for your kids. Actually, your kids and you exist for each other, you see. Like now, you know, you learn. Now I've become a way more better artist because I had that destruction period, that breakdown. And I was able to build up anew from that. And now I look at my children as not just, they've graduated from mommy to this is your life, this is what you're doing. I can support you, I can advise you, but I am not you. You are you, and I am me, you know? And I take that style of parenting, you know, where it's almost like they all gotta chip in. We all have to chip in this existence. Mm-hmm. I'm not the sole provider in my house. I am one of the providers. Now, a child, young people, you may not be able to give money because you may not have it, but you got energy, you got a body, so take the garbage out every single day because you live here. You know, these are lessons that as a child gets older they have to learn.
Taking care of what's yours because it's yours. You have
to take care of what's yours because it's yours. You cannot be a soul dependent on another human being. That is unreasonable.
So I ask you this question, because you kind of answered my question by doing it backwards, and that was dope. As a parent, your job is to prepare your children to be able to survive without you.
Yeah.
You're preparing them for the day you die. Unfortunately, there's going to be a day where you're not in the world anymore, but your work is in the world. There's interviews in the world, your movies in the world, your future book tours and lecture tours are going to be in the world. I'm putting it in there now. Okay? Yeah. And my last question for this interview is this. What is your legacy? How did you make the world better because you existed and contributed? In the year 5000, when Yaneira the Queen is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, or the Tyler Perry Studios Walk of Fame, or even in the Hip Hop New Jersey Hall of Fame, when you're there, people look back at your name. What made the world better that your light existed in this ball of energy?
I want people that connect with my work to know that, no, they're not crazy. That's what I want them to walk away with. The solid feeling of feeling like there was somebody willing to take the risk, to stand under the light and say, yes, we have a voice and we should be heard. And that's what I'm trying to do with my art. And so long as I make a few connections in that, I'm good. I'm good money. I tell my brother all the time, I say, listen, all I need is 10% of what I get out of this. If I put in a project out there into the world and I get 10% of my personal satisfaction, I'm good. I'm not mad at all. And I want people to walk away with that feeling of, damn, there was somebody out there over there that like felt my pain, you know? That's all I need.
All right, well, everybody out there that's watching this, thank you for giving us your time. You got 4 parts of greatness with Yaneira the Queen. This is my sister right here. It's my friend. And I thank you for coming on Heritage Hip Hop.
Thank you so much for having me.
Because we never got to go on tour and stages and stuff, but you allowed me the time to get to share your mind with the world, and I'm very appreciative. So to everybody out there, make sure you follow her projects.
Yes, that's Yaneira. That's at Yaneira the Queen on IG.
That's it, man. So everybody out there, we say peace, and we out.